According to the business consulting company Brand Finance, the British royal family is estimated to have a net worth of $88 billion. Although the British monarchy is regarded as the richest royal family in the world, it is still far from being the wealthiest. That distinction can be attributed to the House of Saud, the ruler of Saudi Arabia. This is ultra-wealthy. Today we will be discussing the enormous wealth, power and fame of King Salman, along with the luxurious lifestyle he leads and other information concerning him. To keep you up to date with similar topics that you might also be interested in, please make sure you click on the like button and subscribe button before we continue. The House of Saud has 15,000 members in its family. The House of Saud is estimated to be worth $1.4 trillion, despite only being controlled by about 2,000 of its members. As a reference, that's close to 16 times the net worth of the British royal family. Saudi royal members are notoriously private about their fortunes, just like British royals. There is, however, some information available that suggests an enviable lifestyle that includes private jets, luxury yachts, top-of-the-line helicopters, sprawling chateaux and a palatial estate decked out in gold furniture, along with a gold-plated Kleenex dispenser. This lifestyle indicates an envious lifestyle. Additionally, when it comes to the Saudi people as a whole, members of the family are involved in donating money to those in need through charitable organizations. They also invest in Saudi businesses. More recently, the country pledged millions to a fund that supports female entrepreneurs at the World Bank. A lot of their wealth comes from the vast oil reserves that were discovered more than 75 years ago under the reign of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. The country's state-owned natural gas and petroleum company, Saudi Aramco, is valued by some at more than $2 trillion, which would make it one of the world's most profitable oil companies if that assumption is accurate. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, commonly referred to as MBS, has an estimated net worth of $18 billion. This makes him one of the top 10 richest individuals in the country. His father, King Salman of Saudi Arabia, who succeeded his late brother, Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, became the king and the prime minister of the country in 2015. MBS is the short name for Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Even though the prince is a wealthy individual on his own, the royal lineage is his major claim to fame and a means to gain wealth. In effect, he's the de facto leader of the nation's $34 trillion worth. Saudi Arabia's King Mohammed bin Salman was born in 1985. In addition to being among the favorite children of all the children of the king, Mohammed bin Salman often accompanies his father as he carried out his administrative duties. He emulated his actions. Mohammed bin Salman studied at King Saud University in Riyadh. Mohammed bin Salman obtained a BA in law from the university. After graduating from Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman has continued to promote and encourage entrepreneurship in the country, despite not studying business. Let's dive into how he acquired such wealth. In 2009, he became a formal advisor to the governor of Riyadh, his father, who fostered entrepreneurship in the country. He founded several non-profits and firms dedicated to encouraging entrepreneurship in the country. After his father became king in 2015, he became crown prince when his father's position improved. His father was appointed defense minister after being crowned. A few months after he was appointed to this position, MBS intervened in the Yemeni civil war. He also controlled Aramco, the state oil company, and the Council for Economic and Developmental Affairs. Aramco was listed on the public stock market during his tenure to encourage foreign investment in the kingdom's energy sector. In June 2017, Mohammed bin Salman was appointed first Deputy Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia. During this time, he led blockades against several countries for various reasons. Investing heavily in the kingdom's foreign and domestic sectors helped him increase both the kingdom's net worth and his own. A Saudi journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, vanished and died in 2018. The Crown Prince has been condemned worldwide for allegedly being involved in the disappearance of the journalist. As of November 2018, the CIA concluded the journalist's murder was orchestrated by the prince. Saudi Arabia has repeatedly denied that the Crown Prince was involved in Khashoggi's death. Saudi Arabia has repeatedly denied that the prince had any role to play in his death. For weeks, the Saudis denied that Khashoggi had been killed, changing their stories repeatedly. A few weeks later, the kingdom announced that 18 people had been arrested in connection with the murder, and announced in January 2019 that 5 suspects were to be executed. This has not deterred his sweeping plans to clean up the kingdom. He also launched an anti-corruption campaign that detained many of the country's richest citizens. Immediately following that sweep, the state's coffers grew exponentially, as did its business holdings. While conservatives pushed back, he managed to improve relations abroad while boosting revenues by reducing many of the strict restrictions within the country. As part of his 2030 vision to transform the kingdom's economic dependence on oil to commerce and tourism, MBS has started building the massive futuristic city, Neom. Along with his own savvy investments, his wealth is mostly derived from the Saud royal family's rumored $2 trillion wealth and the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund, which includes oil, land and football clubs. MBS's wealth is not just about state affairs and business. Mohammed bin Salman maintains his productivity by maintaining a firm grip on power and wealth. He owns a string of luxury sports cars, mega yachts, aircraft and luxury properties both in Saudi Arabia and Europe. Despite the fact that he is a seasoned diplomat, he is also able to rule Saudi Arabia with an iron hand and operate internationally outside of the country. The Crown Prince in 2017 forced the nation's wealthiest people to turn over their fortunes to the state in an effort to crack down on corruption. This included many of his own family members. Forbes dropped 10 Saudis from its annual list of world billionaires as a result. A figure of $100 billion is claimed to have been recovered by the country as a result of the corruption campaign, but that figure cannot be verified. As a result of the heir's purchase in 2014, the New York Times reported the Da Vinci painting is worth $450 million, the yacht is worth $500 million, and a French chateau is worth $300 million. There has been some speculation that he also owns 2 homes in the UK, along with a compound on the south coast of Spain, according to reports. CBS News reported that the Crown Prince told a journalist that he should not be apologizing for his extravagant lifestyle and that his finances were a private matter. He told CBS News, "I'm a rich man and not a poor person. I'm not Gandhi or Nelson Mandela," he said. "I'm a member of the ruling family that existed for hundreds of years before the founding of Saudi Arabia." He also claimed that a significant portion of his wealth was donated to charity. "I spend at least 51% on people and 49% on myself," the prince said. The Saudi Arabian government has been criticized for its abuse of human rights and for its repressive laws. These include the requirement that all Saudi women be accompanied by a male guardian. The Insider report published in February 2019 explained how men in Saudi Arabia can track and control women's travel by using an app called Abshir. This app was developed by a Saudi company known as Abshir. In response to the report, Apple CEO Tim Cook launched an investigation into the application, which is available on the App Store. During the fall of 2017, the Crown Prince was reported to be behind a crackdown on corruption that resulted in over 200 people being arrested and some being detained at a Ritz-Carlton hotel for weeks. Along with his political connections, the prince has visited Silicon Valley's leading technology companies, such as Google and Apple. As part of his West Coast tour, Prince Mohammed met with Apple CEO Tim Cook, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and Google co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. He also met with Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. The Saudi Public Investment Fund owns 5% of Uber, according to Uber's latest S1 filing. It also owns sizable stakes in companies like Slack, WeWork and DoorDash, as well as 16% of Uber's Vision Fund. As of 2022, King Salman has an estimated net worth of $20 billion. As a result of his occupation as King of Saudi Arabia, he has a monthly salary and income of more than $300 million, and a yearly salary and income of more than $2 billion. As a result of his profession as King of Saudi Arabia, he has an estimated net worth of $20 billion. In light of all that we know about King Salman and his luxurious lifestyle, what are your thoughts? Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the section below. You should also subscribe and like this video so you can get notified of more informative and fun videos. That's all. See you next time.